In the morning after we had finished our prayers, my parents were busy arranging the house, putting everything in order. My sister and I helped where we could, carrying the smaller items while my parents tackled the bigger tasks. After breakfast, my mom sat us down with a stern warning. "Don't play or interact with the neighborhood kids," she said, her voice firm. "For now, stay inside." We nodded, although curiosity tugged at us. Not long after, my dad's phone rang. He answered, speaking in a low tone for a while before finally hanging up. From the way he hurried out the door afterward, I guessed he had just accepted a new job. That left just the three of us, my sister, my mom, and me. After helping mom with the dishes and making the beds, she went to take a nap in the bedroom. My sister and I were left alone in the sitting room, building a house with the cushions and imagining ourselves as architects. And then it came again, the noise. I froze, listening intently, but my sister continued building, lost in her own world. I reached out and touched her arm, urging her to listen too. She looked at me with wide eyes, puzzled by my sudden seriousness. The noise grew louder, a sound so strange it sent shivers down my spine. I stood up, drawn to it. My sister followed, whispering a reminder of what our mother had said about staying inside. But I couldn't resist. I had to know where the sound was coming from. We tiptoed outside, our feet barely making a sound as we climbed the stairs. The laughter had stopped now, replaced by soft singing. It was a familiar song, "Mary Had a Little Lamb," the same one I had hummed while climbing these very stairs the night before. We reached the door at the top of the stairs. I crouched down, peering through the narrow gap beneath the door. But the hallway beyond was pitch black, except for a faint ray of light sneaking through the cracks in the old wooden window. "What is it?" my sister whispered, her voice trembling. "Nothing," I lied, though my heart was racing. She crouched beside me, trying to peer through the same crack, but we saw nothing. The darkness felt alive, as though it were watching us. After a few moments, my sister tugged at my arm. "Mom's probably looking for us," she said. Reluctantly, we stood up to leave. That's when we heard it, a soft, trembling voice, like that of a child, coming from behind the door. "Are you leaving us?" We spun around, eyes wide with shock. My sister had heard it too. We rushed back to the door, hearts pounding, peering beneath it once more. But the darkness remained, swallowing everything. "Who's there?" we whispered, our voices shaking. Before we could get an answer, our mom's voice rang out from behind us. "What are you two doing up there?" We jumped, startled, and quickly turned to face her. The silence behind the door lingered, heavy and eerie.